Hello and welcome to day 2 of yoga. I'm so excited for this flow. We're going to be focusing more on the legs and the hips today and focusing on our mental awareness and the thoughts that we're speaking to ourselves. So you shouldn't need any props. If props is going to help you in any which way, then I trust you to make that judgment for yourself. So if you need a strap to help stretch a little bit more, if you can't reach your toes or anything, or if you want to sit on a block for any support and assistance, if you can't sit down comfortably on your knees or on your hips. So I encourage you to find and listen to what your body needs and grab your props if you do so, and I'll meet you at the mat. Start it in a seated, comfortable position, whether you're sitting on your blocks, on your heels here. We're just going to start to tune into our breath. So the breath that we just previously learned, this is really going to help you feel light within your body to prevent overthinking within the joints and just overall receive the best benefits that you can with a yoga flow. So closing the eyes, rooted within the sit bones, reaching up from the crown, shoulders are relaxed. Tune into your breath. Maybe taking a nice deep inhale from the nose and exhale the mouth. Begin to incorporate that 3-part breath that we learned the other day, following the belly, the ribs, the chest, and exhale from the chest to the ribs, to the belly, maybe using your hand as a guide. Inhale, belly, the ribs, the chest, and exhale, chest, ribs, and belly. Continue at your own pace here. Find your rhythm. As we start to set intentions for this practice, just to have awareness of the mind and the thoughts now. Observing without judgment and just opening up more space within the mind and the body, finding a deeper connection with the mind and the body. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. Keeping your eyes closed here, our hands are going to wrap on our knees. Keeping your eyes closed here, hands are on your knees. Start to lean back. Your arms are there for leverage as your knees are rooted and aiming towards the ground. And you're rounding the upper back. Tuck the chin towards the chest. Straight arms here, and then begin to pull your chest through your hands. Bringing your chest towards your shin. And lift the chin. Your gaze is intentionally up. Exhale, tuck the chin, round the upper back, and start to lean back, straighten those arms. Your knees are weighted down to prevent from lifting up. And inhale, chest towards your shin, expand the chest up. And exhale, round the back. Take one more, inhale. And exhale. Inhale to a neutral position here. We're going to start to make some circles. So starting to lean towards the left, rounding forward to the right and back. Making them as small or as big as you'd like. It's okay if your knees and your hips lift up. And then go the opposite way. We're warming up the spine here. Remember to suck in that belly so you're light within the joints and the spine. Engaging the core or foundation. And find the fluid movement. Go as slow so you can make it intentional and smooth as you can. And come back up to center. Whatever leg is in front, move it out just slightly in front so your legs aren't necessarily crossed here. Inhale the chest up. And then on your exhale, begin to walk your hands out in front of you. Your sit bones are rooted. And come onto your forearms as comfortable as you can. Or maybe your arms are straight. And find your breath. And when you're here, allow your head to collapse down and melt away. Being gentle with yourself. Notice the sensations that you feel within the hip. Maybe the lower back. And be honest with yourself, where you're not overdoing it and you can be in proper form. Inhale. And on your exhale, press into your hands and start to lift the chest up. We're going to switch the cross of the legs. So whichever one was in front, place it behind. And just notice what this feels like in your body. Maybe it's a little uncomfortable for you. And our goal is to balance both sides of the body. We don't want one side to be more dominant than the other. So lifting up from the crown here, take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, begin to walk your hands out in front again. Knees and sit bones are rooted. We're hinging from the hips here versus the lower back. So maybe that means that you're all the way up here, maybe you're on a block, and that's okay. Listen to your body. Perfect practice makes perfect. So it's setting those intentions. And everybody's anatomy is different, so what looks normal to one person might be completely different to another. Take this time to really listen to the language of your body and what is it telling you. Take a deep breath in from the nose and exhale out. Gently, guided with intention, lean back up to center here. We're going to extend our legs out in front of us now. So place our hands by our hips, maybe shake out your legs here, starting to wake them up. Maybe some ankle circles. From here, your legs can be either hip width apart or close together. Micro bend within the knees, but we're driving our thighs down. So this might take some practice at first to understand and incorporate. But we're rooted from our ankles. Our toes are gently flexed back. Not overly flexed where we lock our knees, but we have a micro bend within them. And we're activating our quads, so we're pushing our hamstrings down to the mat, so our sit bones are rooted. Inhale to lengthen up from the crown, shoulders down and back and relax. Inhale your hands up overhead. Tuck in that belly button towards your spine, light within the body. Hinge from the hips forward. So notice how I'm hinging from my hips versus the lower back. So we're sending our chest towards our thigh, reaching for our ankles, our shins, our feet. If you can reach your feet, maybe start to interlace your fingers with your toes, like you're holding your toes hands. That makes sense. And again, we're leaning from the chest, hinging from the hips versus the lower back. So observe your body and what is it telling you? Be honest with yourself. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, maybe start to curl the chin down. Rounding the upper back is okay. What sensations do you feel within the body? Where do you feel it? Your thighs, your calves? And where can you relax into it a little bit more? So finding your breath. Use your breath as a tool to understand the language of the body. If it's short and shallow, maybe ease off a little bit. Where can you breathe deeply within the belly and relaxing the body? Take one more deep breath in. And exhale out. Engage the core, reach up from the crown, and slowly with intention come back up to center. From here, we're going to cross our left leg over the right. So our right leg is rooted and extended from the heel. Sit bones are balanced and both rooted. Left knee is pointing up towards the ceiling. Wrap your right arm around the left knee. Left hand comes behind you. Fingers can be pointing towards you or away, whatever feels comfortable for you. Reach up from the crown here and gazes over your left shoulder. You're rooted within that left leg and find your breath. Maybe this is a little uncomfortable for you and you're shaky. And this is also a good way to incorporate those smaller muscles that help align the body. Maybe engaging the core, finding your stability. And just know that with time, this will become a little bit easier. Take a deep breath in. And exhale slowly, release the twist. And we're going to place the left leg on the inside of our right thigh. So we're still rooted through that right foot, that right ankle, the toes are flexed. And we're going to shift our torso to be centered towards the left corner. So instead of our chest facing our right leg, we're right in the center here. Our hips are squared. Inhale to lengthen up from the crown. We're going to flip our right palm up and start to slide it under the right calf, coming down onto the right elbow if that feels good for you. We're going to use the right hand to twist the chest towards the left. Start to use your right obliques to engage that lateral bend. Inhale your left hand up towards the ceiling. If that feels comfortable for you, you can either place your left hand behind your head, bending the elbow, or you can reach your left hand over towards the right. Your left knee is driving down towards the mat, anchoring the left hip. Making sure that our chest is expanded up versus collapsing, and find your breath. Feeling a stretch on the left side of the body. Take a deep breath in from the nose and exhale out. When we can incorporate and engage the opposite side of the body, so like the right obliques, it gives the left side permission to stretch a little bit deeper and to relax and surrender. It trusts the right side for its support. Take one more deep breath in and exhale out. Reaching from that left hand wherever you are, slowly rise back up to center using those left obliques. From here, our left leg stays in place here, so our left knee is pointing towards the left corner of the mat. The left shin is parallel to the front of the mat. We're going to bend the right knee, shifting towards our left a little bit as we wrap the right knee behind us to be in place with our right hip. So we're in a mermaid pose here. So our right knee is in line with our right hip, our right thigh is parallel to the front of the mat, and our right shin is parallel with the side of the mat. So our ankle is in line with our knee, and our toes are pointing away from us. Notice the sensations that you feel within that right hip. It's a deep hip opener. Take a nice deep breath in from the nose here. If you need to sit on a block, find what feels right for your body. Maybe you inch your right knee up a little bit if that's too deep for you. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. If this is within your practice, start to walk your hands out in front of you. It's okay if your hips rotate forward. Guide with intention, engage in the core, reaching from the crown, and then allow your chest and your forehead to collapse. Again, observe your body. Do what feels right for you. It's always the intention. So if you're reaching up from the crown here and your arms are extended and your arms are straight, that's okay too. Maybe you're even up here, all the way up on your fingertips, and that's okay. You just want to make sure we're creating a straight spine here within the lower back, and then rounding the upper back. No one's watching you besides you. No one knows your body the way that you do. So what is your body saying? Take a deep breath in and exhale out. Inhale and exhale. Begin to press into your hands. So walk yourself back up here. Begin to place your hands behind you slowly and just notice the contrasting pose. So we're leaning forward and now we're stretching the hips back a little bit. And expand the chest up here. If this is too much for you, then just sit straight up. With each exhale, see if you can release that right hip just a little bit more. Maybe you feel it in your left. Take one more deep breath in and exhale. Begin to sit straight up here. Place your right hand on your right knee to guide it back up towards center, and slowly, with intention, being very careful with the knee and the hip, extend your legs back out in front of you. Maybe shaking your legs. And just notice the different sensations that you feel within the hips here. Maybe a rush of blood flow. Maybe more space within the body. And then from here, we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So cross your right knee over the left leg. Wrap your left arm around that right knee and place your right hand behind you. Using your right hand as leverage to push and elongate your spine. You're rooted from that left heel. And gaze is over your right shoulder. Hips are evenly placed within the mat. Create an opportunity to warm up the spine, lubricate the joints. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. One more deep breath in. Feel that belly rise and exhale. Allow it to collapse. Slowly, with intention, twist back towards center using that core. And then bring your right foot on the inside of that left thigh. Twist your body towards center here. And then left palm faces up as you slide it along the inner left leg, wrapping it underneath the calf, coming onto the elbow as much as possible. Engage those left obliques here, twist the chest open, and then inhale that right hand up towards the ceiling, or place behind your head, or reaching over towards that left leg. Take a nice deep breath in, and exhale out. Right knee is driving down towards the ground. And what thoughts are coming up for you? Are you being harsh on yourself? I need to go deeper into this. Or this hurts, this bothers me. Where can you ease up and be a little bit more gentle with yourself? And these are the thought patterns that are constantly running through our head when we're not even aware about it. So awareness helps us change those thought patterns to more positive thoughts that are aligned to us. Reach your right hand wherever it is up towards center and follow that right hand back up to center. Lifting the chest here. Keeping the right shin exactly where it is, parallel to the front of the mat. Lean towards the right as we bend our left knee and send our left knee in line with that hip. Maybe it's inched up a little bit more. The toes are pointing away from us, so we're protecting the knee with a slight activation of the toes. Lifting up from the crown here, maybe holding your shin. Just notice the difference that you feel with the left and the right side. This is a deep internal hip opener. Taking a nice deep breath in. Again, if you need to sit on a block here, trust your body. Trust what your body is telling you, where it needs a little bit more support. Follow your breath. Your breath will tell you if you're comfortable or in discomfort. Take a deep inhale. And if this feels good for you, begin to walk your hands out in front of you. Coming onto your forearms. It's okay if your hips twist a little bit or wobble, but try to keep them as squared as you can, or at least as stable. And again, this will come with time, with practice, with intention. For right now, just observe. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale out. Your hips tend to store a lot of emotions. So if any emotions come up, just allow. This isn't for everybody, but some people who are a little bit more in tune with their mind and their body might be able to feel this a little bit more. Feel your belly rise upon your thigh. And with each exhale, you surrender into this pose just a little bit more. Trust in your body to support you. Trust in the ground to support your body. Maybe you just need a little bit more trust. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, release a little bit more. Engage that core, belly button towards your spine. Start to press into your hands and rise on up. Place your hands behind you. Fingers can be away or towards your body. And just allow your hip to rest here. What is your hip telling you? If this is too much, listen to yourself and don't force it. Then just sit straight up. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale out. Begin to come up off your hand. Place your left hand on your left knee to slowly guide it back up to center. Releasing both legs out in front of you. Shaking them out. And then coming onto our backs here. Bending those knees. Notice any shifts that you feel within the spine. Knees are hip width apart and just start to rock them slowly, side to side, engaging that core again, just gently to support the lower back, driving through the knees, coming onto the lateral borders of our feet as we twist. Come back up to center, and we're just going to do some more of those pelvic tilts here. So notice the difference from the previous day and today, especially as we stretch those hips a little bit more. Rooting into our heels here. Inhale, start to arch the back. Hands are on your hips. Find that stability. Relaxing the shoulders. And exhale to neutralize. Inhale, tuck the pelvis, lower back into the mat, and exhale to neutralize. Inhale, arch the back, engage those hip flexors, and exhale to neutralize. Last one, tilt the pelvis back, and exhale to neutralize. Begin to extend our legs out here. Our hands come by our hips, palms facing up or down. Tucking the shoulders down and back. Giving a nice relaxation within the shoulders. The hips. Coming into our final resting pose, Shavasana. Our toes splay out, and doing maybe a quick body scan. From the toes, the knees, relax the hips, relaxing the belly, feeling it rise, the lungs, the chest, and exhale the chest, ribs, belly. Relax the shoulders. Feel the support of the mat under your arms, your fingers. Relax the neck, the tongue and the jaw. Relax the eyes, the ears, the scalp. Going back to the intention, just observing the mind, the body, understanding the language and how it's actually communicating to you. The language of your mind and body may be different than anybody else's. It's only the one that you can understand. Take a final deep breath in from the nose. And exhale, sigh it out. Begin to wiggle the fingers, the toes, slowly awakening the body. making any movement that feels good for you, only whenever you're ready. Bending the knees and coming onto either side. Just slowly push yourself up into a cross-legged seated position. Maybe put the opposite leg than usual out in front. Eyes are closed here, hands rested upon your knees, sitting up straight and tall. Just notice what you feel within the body. Taking a nice deep breath in and exhale out. Bring your hands to prayer pose in front of your heart or up to your head, your third eye. Acknowledge the sensation of bliss that you're feeling, and how can you carry this out throughout your day or your night a little bit more often. I'm proud of you for this journey that you're on, and thank you for participating. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, and I will see you next time.